All right. So once again, we're real happy that Dr. Meyn is with us today. All right, so let's give him a hand. Tempe, are we ready? Are we ready? All right, fantastic. Let's take this from the top, please. I'm wondering, flutes, if we could go back, and when you start in measure 5, could we find a little bit more shape to this line instead of just playing half note to half note, especially when we get into measure 9 and crescendo over into 10. All right, you see where those 2 quarter notes are slurred? Yeah, really bring that out. All right, one more time, please. That's going on that we need to make sure that we're aware of. All right, if you would go back over, please, to letter C. Could I hear the downbeat of letter C, please? And listen and see if you can't match the style. Once you hear a rhythm that you're going to play, listen across the band and see if you can't match that style. Let's take it at C, please. And 1, 2, ready, and. So much better, all right? So when we attune our ears into those rhythms and those styles, it begins to match better. Do you agree, Dr. Meyn?
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. All right, let's take it back now at B. Here's the melody at B. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3. All right? If you don't have that, if you have this, that's not the melody. Okay? And so that needs to get under the melody. So I'm going to ask, if you have the melody at B, would you stand up? Thank you. If you don't have the melody at B, would you stand up? Wow. All right. So do you see what she's competing against? All right. So everybody else needs to get down underneath her. Okay? If you cannot hear her, it's probably that you're playing too loud. All right? So bring it up a little bit. Everybody else bring it down. Pickups to B, please. And 1, 2, 3. The same thing happens at the pickups to 29. All right? The only thing that changes is instead of solo flute, we add the rest of the flutes. All right? So everybody make sure, I want you to play very, very musically, but play musically under the flutes. Okay? Let's take it again. Pickups to B. Very nice. Trumpets, be very careful when you come in during that B section. Be very careful that, once again, you have to keep that quality but stay underneath the flutes. All right? When we get to 38, do you know where I am? Would everybody just touch 38, please? All right, at 38, we begin a little canon. All right, we begin a little row, row, row your boat here. All right? The key to making this happen, to being successful, is to listen to the very first statement. D, da, da, da. All right? Anytime you have that, you must match. All right? It needs to be the identical twin of what was played. So let's take it at 38 and let's see if we can't make some clones here. All right? Here we go. 38. And 1, 2, ready? Clarinets, being a clarinet player, I know how we always feel that clarinets rule the world, okay? And they kind of do, all right? But here, what you must do is you're going to have to balance. What is your dynamic marking at 38?
Forte.
Flutes, what is your dynamic marking at 38? Forte. A clarinet forte is a little bit different than a flute forte, all right? And so in order for us to balance this, I need you to bring it down to about mezzo forte and 3/4. Right? And I need you to bring yours up to forte and 1/4. All right? So turn it up a little bit for your forte. The other thing that happens is if you will look at 42. The clarinets and the flutes join and the oboes join forces. But then what they're going to be balancing is the horns and the saxes. All right? And so horns and saxes, horns and alto saxes, I need you to bring that up just a little bit more, okay? Because now you've got these forces going against you. And so I need you guys to bring it up at 38, at 42. Flutes, oboe, and first clarinet. Again, pull it down just a little bit, all right, so that we can balance back here with the horns and horns and saxes. Again, 38. Good. And 1, 2, ready? Let's go back, please, at 49. That was very nice, by the way. Very, very nice. At 49, euphonium and tuba and bari sax and bass clarinet have 3 and 4 in. Okay? Can we make something a little bit more happen there than just a basic 3 and 4 in? So, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay? I promise you Dr. Meyn wrote that on purpose. All right? And he had something in his mind when he was writing that. All right? So let's take it back, please, to D, D, D. 1, 2, ready, and. At E, can you hide in the flute sound there, please? All right, mark your part and just say hide in the flute, first clarinet. All right, so euphonium, when we get over to 62, you have a half note with a quarter note F, all right? Can you sing through that to the next note, all right? And what I would really like for you to do is to crescendo to the change. Da, dee, da, all right? If we could do that, that would be really, really nice. Good job, horns, at E. That was very nice, very legato, very pretty, all right? Let's take everyone at E again. Make sure you're hiding in the flute. Flute's bringing out mezzo forte and 3/4. Ready, set. Again, we have a section in here where you have this, all right? Look at F. Dee da da. Some of you have that on beat 2. Some of you have that on beat 3. All right? All of those have to speak. So it would be almost like we're in an echo chamber. Dee da dee da dee da dee da dee. So what do we have to do in order to get number one, clarity, and number two, evenness, so that we can hear all of those entrances? What had tended to happen just a second ago was that the beat 2, 1, dee da da, was a little bit down from a little bit less than what the first one was. Make sure that you match the energy on beat 2 that we usually do on beat 1. Okay, so could we take right at F? Let's see if we can hear that clear. All right, here's F. 1 and ready. What I do not want you to do, all right, everybody take your pencil please, and at measure 82, at measure 82, unless you have a rest on beat 3, do not take a breath until the next measure, all right? Unless you have a rest on beat 3, do not take a breath and continue to push and crescendo through that measure to the downbeat. All right, very good. So let's have dee da back to F, dee da da, and then trumpet, then sing that out. Okay, here we go. F. 1, ready. That's fine. So how we're going to do that is the release, and then I'm just going to go like this. Do da da. All right, at G. Are you with me there? Okay. All right, everybody back please to E. We're going to take E. We'll keep going this time. Be ready. So if you will look up, please, at 102, make sure that when you see that accelerando, that you've got one eye up here, all right? And be ready to move when we get to I. Now, there's an interesting accent that you have, that some of you have before I. You have the accent with the staccato, all right? So it looks like this. Something like that. On concert F, can you play 4 of those for me, please? Everybody. 2, ready? And. Yeah, my mistake. Again. Good. So when we get to right before F, that's how I want you to attack those notes. If you have that accent, really give it the business. All right? All right. Let's take it now back to G. Back to G.
Dr. Arrow.
Yes.
At letter G, you're conducting kind of a pickup note type thing. When
Yes.
you downbeat, is that measure 88 or 89?
So when I do this is 88. 3 and 4, 89.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Good question. Here we go. We're starting right there at 88. Sing this out, please. Could we give just a little bit more passion there? That crescendo into H, all right? And especially toms, I need to hear you at H, all right? I'll tell you if it's too loud, okay? Let's take it back, please. The same place. G.
Before I even have a chance to say anything, so I haven't had to say anything. We're dealing with a little bit of an issue with the lock. Can I hear with the metal?
Yeah, I also switched the lock for one that was in the closet. I was pretending it sound better.
Okay. That does sound a lot better. Some of the notes were a little muted. I think this is work. Those are the aluminum?
Yeah, these are the aluminum, and then these are acrylic. And then I have brass, and I also have plastic.
Okay, I think I like the brass.
I like the brass too.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. I know it's a detail, but there's a difference. I love what you did at H. That is the high point of the piece. So yes, building into that, and then when you arrive, that's like, so that's good.
Would you mark on your part, please, H, mark arrival, all right? Or just put a big arrow. This is the whole point of the piece is that arrival.
I'm good with your tempo at the end, but I will say that the quarter to 120 section, that first fast section, you could go a hair faster on
Okay.
that one. And again, like we talked about earlier, if anything ever feels slow, faster is better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible even that in the slow section feels just a slight bit laggy.
Okay.
You can hold on to the fermata 1 before G a little bit longer, and then when they release that on the double bar, those two measures or 2 beats of rest, it should be ringing out.
Okay.
Right, so you're holding it ba, you're ringing out on the glasses.
Okay.
So yeah, you can hold it fermata a little longer, and other than that, I think we pretty much got it.
So, but at G,
Yeah.
you don't want those 8 notes coming in during the ring. Do you want silence there? Let that ring, and then out of the silence that comes?
Yes, out of the silence, but the silence, hard to say. I guess I want the ring, but the ring is the silence, if that makes any
Got
sense.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
So can we try that, gang, the fermata right before G? Fermata before G, very best sounds, low sound to the last, and then I'll bring you in probably a little bit sooner. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we don't want too much actual silence.
Okay.
The ringing will be the silence.
Okay.
That's good.
So here's how we'll do this. Fermata, rest, 3, 4. Okay? Fermata, so count the cutoff as 1. Fermata, 1, 3, and 4. Okay? Let's try it one more time. Very best sounds. Anything else?
No, sir, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
A couple of things for me. There are some moments when some of the accompaniment, you may have a half note and then 2 quarter notes that sound like a suspension. If you have that at any point, the most correct thing to do there is to crescendo to the change. Always crescendo to the change. If you've got an accompaniment part that's holding that, it really adds drama and beauty to the music. All right?
Can this be a full run through?
Full run through.
And if you have to stop, just stop and start wherever it is. And then on the last note, be quiet for a little while to let it ring out so we can hear the whole line.
Euphonium, at the very beginning you have piano. Can you bring that up to mezzo piano? And clarinets, can you hide in the euphonium part here? Alto sax, can you hide in the euphonium part here? And I really want to hear a little more timpani. All right, here we go.